Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 11 of Prim's Playlist Season 3. My name is Prim, and just like last time, I'll be analyzing 5 underrated Korean songs and recommending them based on your taste in K-pop. Longtime listeners of this podcast know that I'm a huge fan of songs in waltz time, where beats are grouped in 3s instead of 4s. Except that's oversimplified, apparently. It's more restrictive than that, except also sometimes it's not. I still don't really get it. Also, I can't understand the difference between 3/4 meter and 6/8 meter, no matter how much is explained to me. Basically what I'm saying is I like me some music with some 3s in it. So today's playlist is dedicated to songs written in 3/4 and or 6/8. When it comes to underrated Korean music in these time signatures, ballads reign supreme. Though I made sure every song today had a different feel and brought something new to the table, depending on where you draw the line, all of them could be considered ballads. So I guess this is also the long-awaited and long-dreaded ballad episode, too. One last thing before we move on to the main playlist. I originally made today's episode waltz-themed as an excuse to talk about the new An Ye-eun song Changwi, which is this really cool horror-themed piece written in a slow triple meter. The thing is, this song picked up traction a lot more quickly than previous An Ye-eun songs I've covered. It currently has around 1.5 million views on XX Entertainment. While great for An Ye-eun, it disqualifies her from this episode's main playlist. Still, go listen to it, it slaps. Alright, now that that's all out of the way, let's pull up the playlist. Our first song today is Holiday Memory by Ashmoon featuring Nam Ji-yoon, currently at 1,300 views on Music and New. The song starts off super simple, just an acoustic guitar and soft singing with nature noises in the background, plus some occasional reversed cymbal effects for emphasis. Around halfway through, a piano comes in alongside what sounds like maybe an accordion solo, and while the accordion doesn't last long, the piano sticks around for the rest of the instrumental, mostly just adding more oomph to the chords as the guitar adds rhythm and melody. Between the soft vocal style, ambient nature noises, and acoustic guitar-focused instrumental, this song really feels like something you'd hear while sitting around a campfire. Or, given the non-campfire compatible instruments involved too, perhaps a drama OST song for a campfire scene. I'd recommend Holiday Memory to anyone who likes Sing For You by EXO. Both songs have a heavily acoustic guitar-focused instrumental, both use a soft singing style, and both add more layers as the song goes on. However, while Holiday Memory adds those layers in the instrumental, Sing For You adds those layers in the vocals via harmonies and stronger timbres. This, among other reasons, is why Sing For You is a lot more melancholy in tone than Holiday Memory. So if you like Sing For You but want something a little happier, for lack of a better word, check out Holiday Memory. How about song number 2? With 11k views on Blending, next up we've got Dungab, official English title Nail in Disguise if Apple Music song titles are to be trusted, by Somang, spelled 50mang, featuring Dalnaalawi, listed as Moonikumi on Apple Music. Yeah, this one took some hunting down, credits-wise. Doing a full 180 from the last song we covered, this is a fast-paced track which heavily utilizes traditional Korean instruments, orchestral strings and drums, and a deep plucked bass. The vocalists also sing in a stronger, harsher timbre, and their individual parts often overlap chaotically in a round. Not only that, but each vocalist is panned in a different direction, one slightly to the right and one slightly to the left, adding to this sort of surrounding, almost overwhelming feeling. According to the description of the video, put through Google Translate, so you know, grain of salt, etc., etc., the song actually tells a Korean folk tale in which two identical characters argue over which one of them is actually real. As such, I think this tense, fast-paced, overlapping vibe fits well. So funny story about this song, when I first listened to it, I actually started feeling really nostalgic. Something about the way the melody was written with a lot of overlapping and a lot of fast notes at the start of each measure really felt like old Vocaloid songs, specifically the usually gory story-based ones I used to listen to back when my Vocaloid fan quote-unquote phase overlapped with my edgy phase. Think like Alice Human Sacrifice by Yugami P, Cantarella by Kuraosa P, Servant of Evil by Mothi, stuff like that. As it turns out, I was closer than I thought. Somang actually originally wrote Dungab as a Vocaloid song featuring Siyu and Uni, and this version with Dalnalawi is an officially produced cover, kind of like what Circus P does with No Straight Answer. So if you, like me, used to be really into Vocaloid and want a nostalgia trip, or if you're into Vocaloid right now and want something new which feels like the classics, definitely check out Dungab. Song 3, please. Song number 3 today is Faith is a Lie by Kris Kim, with just about 6K views on Genie Music. Right away we start off with soft oohing, super echoey percussion, and pizzicato violins before cutting to minimalist piano notes and singing put through almost a telephone-esque effect. As the verse goes on, the instrumental fills out with a cello and some background vocals. The chorus, no true pre-chorus in this song, essentially repeats this building effect, but faster and more of it, starting with just piano and adding in louder and louder violins, choral backing vocals, and warbling sawtooth synths. The rest of the song keeps up this higher intensity, bringing back the echoing percussion and pizzicato plucks from the intro. One thing I really like about this song is how it plays with pauses. There are quite a few quieter moments sprinkled throughout the song, often leading into intensity changes in either direction. I think that these add a lot of musical interest, especially during that syncopated pause in the middle of the final chorus. In researching possible song recs for Faith is a Lie, it appears that orchestral elements were a big thing in K-pop around a decade ago. Some of the best fitting songs I've found so far are Cruel Fairy Tale by IU, released in 2011, the first verse of I Will Show You by Eiley, released in 2012, and the intro to Janus by Boyfriend, also released in 2012. Out of all of these, Cruel Fairy Tale is by far the best fit. Heck, it's even in Waltz time. That all being said, there are also more recent songs which fit well, the closest I've found being Universe by EXO. So if you're a fan of the K-pop of a decade past but want something with a more 2020s twist, and or you're into EXO's softer side, Faith is a Lie is perfect for you. How about song number 4? Alright, this is Wave by ecru at 4,500 views on Genie Music. This one's a bluesy piece made up primarily of deep piano chords, jazzy percussion, and a super low bass line, broken up by occasional muted guitar plucks. The bass-heavy, low-toned instrumental really lets ecru's mid-toned voice shine throughout the song, something that's generally tricky to do with mid-toned voices. After all, they're generally in the middle of things mix-wise. Plus, when combined with the reverb put on everything, it gives this whole song an underwater feel which perfectly fits its title and lyrical theming. That isn't to say the instrumental takes a complete backseat to the vocals though. In fact, towards the end, there are some really interesting super high piano riffs which push the song more high-toned and keep the whole thing from getting too repetitive. All in all, it's a really nice take on R&B which builds on the genre's already bass-heavy nature and adds a healthy dose of reverb while it's at it. Wave is kinda like Missing You by BTOB, but like slowed way the heck down. Like practically to half speed. It's got the same combo of piano and deep bass and the same bluesy feel, just at the wrong tempo and with less reverb. So, I guess if you're into both BTOB and those slowed with reverb videos, Wave is a good song for you to check out. Let's hear song 5. Our 5th song today is Uiheojija, translating as Let's Break Up according to Google Translate, by 1041 featuring Kim Hee-seok, garnering 3.5k views on Warner Music Korea. This is the only straight-up ballad on the playlist today, no genre fusion with R&B. This is also by far the simplest song we've got today, with the entire arrangement being for piano and soft singing. As such, there's not a lot I can personally comment on for this song, since the production style is so minimalist. I will say the minimalist style helps a lot with the mood of the song, as it makes it feel like it's being played live right in front of you by a single person at a piano. Plus it brings focus to the vocals, letting the emotion really come out. All in all, it's a well-arranged and purposefully simple ballad. It knows exactly when to keep things simple, and honestly, that somewhat abrupt a cappella for 2 seconds ending wouldn't hit the same otherwise. Uiheojija kind of makes me think of if the first half of Breathe by Lee Hee split off from the second half and then grew into its own song, like Mitosis or whatever. The first half of Breathe has not only another piano-only instrumental, but also a very similar tone to Uiheojija. It's just that that second half of the song adds in strings and drums. So yeah, if you like Breathe by Lee Hee but prefer its first half, definitely check out Uiheojija. It'll hit the spot. Last but not least, let's hear our Sorfum song. Our Sorfum song today is Magnet by Bae Giseong, currently at 2.7k views on Genie Music. Jumping into a speedy, quick, straight 4/4 time, an overdriven electric guitar plays syncopated rhythms alongside deep drums and ad-libbed shouts from the vocalist. After a quick riff from a second, more melodic overdriven guitar, the song transitions into an opening chorus, which notably features brassy saxophone hits alongside the more commonly rock instruments. This is also where we're properly introduced to the vocalist's gravelly voice, a voice type we don't hear that often in the Korean music which gets popular overseas. During the first verse, the louder elements fall away and are replaced with an upbeat piano and a now more front-centered bass. Interestingly, out of all the main instruments used in this song, the piano is the only one not featured in the rooftop band scenes in the music video. The pre-chorus adds those elements back in slowly, one after the other, before exploding into another chorus. The rest of the song continues pretty much like this, with a couple particularly notable moments being the saxophone and guitar solos after the first chorus, and the syncopated instrumental pauses during the second chorus. Magnet as a whole has some serious sitcom opener energy to it, a similar energy I got off of Hello by Joy from Red Velvet. Though very different song style-wise, with Hello incorporating more electronic and even arguably R&B elements at times, both songs just seriously sound like they could be sitcom openers. Maybe it's the saxophones? Whatever the reason, if you loved Joy's solo debut, you may enjoy Magnet. There's just one more thing to take care of before we end today's show. You know it, you love it, it's time to spin the wheel of segments. And this week's segment is Fantastic Fan Works. If there's one thing K-pop is known for, it's its fandom. K-pop fans are some of the most dedicated in recent history, for better or for worse. Here, we talk about the better. Today we'll be taking a look at KOS Mashups, a mashup creator on YouTube with just under 400 subscribers as of writing this script. Though there are many things I admire about his mashups, there are two I'd like to focus on today. How thoroughly he blends the songs together, and how he doesn't limit himself to just using K-pop. Let's start with that thorough blending thing. Though mashups are by definition always a combination of multiple songs, different mashup artists will break up the songs in different amounts. Some will only use vocals from one song, while others will go line by line, and that's not even getting into instrumentals. KOS likes to go line by line in his mashups, something you can really hear in his Red Velvet Megamix Psycho Flavor, which you can hear playing in the background of this segment. This megamix fits over 100 Red Velvet songs into just 9 minutes, so it makes sense that he switches between vocals from different songs so quickly. Mathematically, he kinda has to. However, this megamix isn't the only place where KOS quickly switches between vocal lines. Even his 2-song mashups, like his mashup of Do 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 by Blackpink and Industry Baby by Lil Nas X, switch between acapellas pretty frequently. I guess that's a good segue into how KOS doesn't just use K-pop, since, Lil Nas X isn't a K-pop artist. KOS makes several mashups incorporating Western musicians such as Lil Nas X, Doja Cat, Olivia Rodrigo, Little Mix, and many more. While some of these mashups combine Korean and Western music, others only use Western music. This is actually fairly unique among K-pop mashup artists, as most stick near exclusively to K-pop, so this wide range of artists is a breath of fresh air. KOS Mashups is a great channel for people who are into K-pop mashups and want a lot of variety. If you're in the mood for a longer megamix with very quick transitions between different lines, his flagship Red Velvet Megamix is right for you, and if you're in the mood for shorter 2-song mixes, he's got those too. Heck, he even has mashups for your friends who aren't into K-pop. So go check out KOS Mashups and give him some likes and nice comments. With this range, it's what he deserves. And with that, we end episode 11 of Prim's Playlist Season 3. If you enjoyed this episode, check out the original songs at bit.ly/PMP_S3E11. All letters capital, all numbers numerals. If you want to say hello, you can find me on Instagram at PRIMMS_playlist, Twitter at playlistprim, or the official Prim's Playlist YouTube channel. Links to everything can be found at linktree/Prim's Playlist. That's linktr.ee/PRIMMSPLAYLIST. Prim's Playlist is a proud member of Brainrot Presents. For more information, visit brainrotpresents.wixsite.com/landing. If you'd like to support our podcast, consider donating to our Patreon at patreon.com/brainrot_PRSNTS. Only $2 a month for Discord access and longer episodes, $5 a month for in-episode shoutouts and early episodes, plus bonuses for all our other podcasts. Or if you'd like to make a one-time donation, visit fundraiser.com/brainrotpresents. That's fundrazr.com/brainrot_PRSNTS. Shout out to our $5 plus tier Patreon supporters Adrian Frisbee, Saffron, Emery Silvers, Jupiter McIntyre, Prozac Haven, Delenn Beauchamp, Connor Fox, Janeloni, Sean Locke, Crow, Olive Odewolf, Juno, and Ollie Ski Ants. You make this podcast possible. Thanks for jamming with me today.